Today I'm going to bring a 1-year review of the Ducati Streetfighter V4. This is the 2022 model. I am going to report my findings, how I feel about the bike after a year, maintenance challenges or issues, and overall impressions. So this is a 2022 model. It's the V4 stock. It's not the V4S, just the stock. I got it for about 19.9 MSRP. About a year ago. So far in 1 year I've clocked about 6,000 miles. Just about 2 weeks ago I had the first annual service done, and really it was about a $444 first year service, where they pretty much changed the oil, did the checks, cleaned the chain, checked all the measurements, did the factory did the ECU readout, with Ducati, put it on there to check for any errors. So all the standard thing in the stock. So I had purchased the maintenance plan, so for me it was free. I think for my maintenance plan I paid about $1,500 for this, for about 3 years service, so I figured that was a good deal. And that's why I don't really mind putting on the miles on this bike, because I've got 3 years full service on this. And so when I got the service done, it was about 5,600 miles. So right now in 1 year I've clocked over just about 6,000 miles, and I've really enjoyed the bike over this year. I still enjoy it as much as today as I did when I first got it a year ago, primarily because I like the sitting position. I love the power on this bike. It's got 200 horses stock. It's really a hyper naked. It's got the same engine as the Panigale the V4. So, and it's got the Desmo engine, the Desmo Sodio, Stragler engine. So that's what I love about it. I just love the tightness and the feel of the bike. It's really solid compared to my other bikes. The other bikes, the chassis is not as solid as this. This bike, the chassis is stiff as a tank, right? Like kind of a Mercedes car or BMW car. It's really got a really strong chassis, and it does not flex at all compared to my Japanese bikes. My Japanese bikes there's a bit of flex in the chassis, but this one does not flex at all. In the year, I put on, the only thing I've done to the bike is I put on this screen, this windshield, which has been very helpful, keeping some of the wind blast off my chest. And then the other thing I did is I put on these new grips, these Ducati grips. I just got these put at the year service, and they're much softer than the original, and they just absolutely feel great. And I've been averaging about 36 miles per gallon on this in the year that I've had it. It takes, when I fill it, it's got a 3.6 gallon tank, so it takes me about 85 miles, and then I really top it up at 80 to 85 miles. So that's the only drawback about this bike. The range is not that long, right? You only get about 80 miles, and then you got to fill up. That's what I don't like about the bike. I love everything else about the bike. It's just the range I don't like. I mean, I wish it had a longer range. For the 2023 model, they did increase the fuel tank by, I think, half a liter. So you should get over 100 miles on the new one. And I did see the 2023 version of the Streetfighter, and I think I like mine better because my Streetfighter, this Streetfighter has the white Ducati labeling, which I think pops more on the red. The 2023 version has a black labeling, and I don't think it pops as much on the red background as compared to the white lettering. So I think I prefer my white lettering. And the thing I love about this bike is the comfort. This seat is so comfortable. It's as comfortable as my FJR 1300. It's probably the most comfortable seat I have, and the most comfortable riding position of all the bikes that I've owned in the past and the current ones that I have. Like I have an FJR, and I have a Suzuki GT 1000 Plus, and a MT-07, but this seat is the most comfortable. And this seat, I think in the 2023 version, they kind of took the rubber away from this, and they put this more of a sports style racing seat. And I still prefer my, the way mine feels, and just in terms of comfort. And I overall the bike looks pretty much the same as 2023 version, except they've just this part is all blacked out. There's no silver, it's all black, and they got the black Streetfighter labeling there compared to this white labeling here. And so far, I'm just really enjoyed this bike. And in terms of maintenance, have there been any maintenance issues? I've had no maintenance, knock on wood, I've had no maintenance issues so far. The factory said that the bike is just no issues reported. The brake pads, the front brake pads need to be replaced. I've got about 2 millimeters. So they want to charge me like $411 to do the brake pads. But I think I'm going to see if I can do those brake pads myself, because the pads, I should be able to get the pads both sides for about $120 $130, and then I should be able to do that compared to paying $411 at the dealership. So I'll save about $300 doing those brake pads myself. But I had no maintenance issues on this so far, and that was one of my original concerns, right? Getting a Ducati, compared to a Japanese bike, would I be having a maintenance nightmare? And one of my friends did advise me not to get a Ducati, because her husband had bought 3 Ducatis and all 3 were apparently lemons. So she was warning me not to get it. And but anyway, I just listened to my own judgment, and I just said, I'm going to just roll the coin and and then just do it, right? So that's what I did. And I'm glad I pulled the trigger and not listening to other people. I just pulled the trigger and did what I felt was right. And what I did was I did adjust the suspension here. I made it, when stock it was really, really stiff. I did soften up the suspension. I like the ride. It rides much better now. It's softened the front and the rear. I got a video on that on my channel to see, show how I do the adjustment. So anyway, that's all I wanted to report. I'm still enjoying the bike. This is the best bike I have in my garage, the best looking bike, the one that I really enjoy the most. It gives me the most satisfactions, joys per mile, and really been enjoying it. And so that's all I wanted to bring. So this is a 1-year review. If you get the chance to get the Ducati, go ahead and get it. Now, the reason I got this over the Panigale was originally I did want the Panigale, but I'm getting the same engine as the Panigale, and this Panigale is about $3,000-$4,000 more, and I felt like I didn't want to spend over $20K at the time, MSRP. So I just got this, and I've been very happy with it because I'm getting the same engine, the same chassis as the Panigale, but a little bit more comfortable riding position. It's just more comfortable for me. I mean, I'm getting older and older, so I just wanted something comfortable, and this has been really, really very enjoyable so far. Okay, that's all I wanted to bring. Stay tuned for more Ducati videos and other videos on my channels, and smash that subscribe button, and we'll catch up soon. Cheers.